We're going to go ahead and address the Resolution 20-02, and this is declaring Kenton County a Second Amendment sanctuary. Before we do that, though, we're going to have citizens address. I also am going to ask our sheriff who would like to make a comment, and then also State Representative Savannah Maddox, who is here, to come forward if you'd like to make a comment, Sheriff.
I just want to thank the judge and the fiscal court for the support they gave me when I brought this up to them. There was no opposition. It's been a pleasure to serve with these people for the last 4.5 years. They know what the Constitution is about and what the Bill of Rights is about. They have supported me in all my projects of this nature, and I couldn't be more pleased with the outcome. Thank you so much, Judge and Commissioners.
Thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate that. And Representative Maddox, would you like to come to the mic?
Good evening. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Savannah Maddox, and I represent the southern half of Kenton County, Grant County, a little bit of Boone County, and northern Scott County. And I just first and foremost want to thank the Kenton County Fiscal Court for bringing this resolution forward. I couldn't be more proud of you all for your willingness to bring this tonight as an effort to affirm the Second Amendment rights of Kenton Countyans. It's so imperative at this juncture that we're at with the recent onslaught of anti-Second Amendment legislation that we're seeing not just in Kentucky, but around the nation. I know that within the State House, there's very little likelihood that any of those bills are going to move, in so much as we've had discussions about red flag laws and bans on semi-automatic rifles and high-capacity magazines and things of that nature. And as far as I'm concerned, none of those bills or bill requests will move at this point, but still, it is so important to unite at the local level and rally around this issue. And I applaud all of you all for being vigilant about this, because it's important to unite to send a message to your state and your federal government that the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So I just want to thank all of you, and thank you all for coming tonight. Very good.
Thank you, Representative. Well, on our agenda, we have a citizen's address, and a few people have signed up to address the court. A few of you have come in a little bit later, so if you would like to, feel free to be acknowledged, and we can get your name on the list. To that end as well, for those who are staying in the hallway, as you notice coming in, or for those who for some reason can't hear or see in here, we do have the TV and audio outside to make sure that people can see that, so feel free to move where you need to go. In addition to that, I did want to address a couple of things real quick. For those who've signed up to speak, typically what we do when those who address the court, we do not get into a banter back and forth between those who have a right to address the elected officials here, number one. Would also ask people to keep it to a 3-minute maximum of a comment. We would also ask you, of course, and I really appreciate already, that to respect everyone's opinions if they feel given time to speak to the court, whether you agree or disagree, and not to respond with either applause or comments from the crowd. I really do appreciate that as well. And in particular, if your comment is made and someone has made it before you and you feel like that comment's been made, we would ask you not to just repeat the same comments as well in respect of everybody's time this evening. So with that said, we do have citizens' address. So we're going to go ahead and address I think Mr. Starshock has offered to, would like to address the court. And we can give you a mic. Would you like to, because you're in a position, let's get you a mic. I think that's good. Let's see if it's tested, Chief, if you don't mind. That's right. That's right. We've planned for everything except for dead batteries, so. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody here. Thanks, the commissioners, Judge Executive, and the rest of you here. Walt Starshock, I'm the firearms liaison with the National Rifle Association from Crestview Hills. And I want to thank everybody in this room as well, all of us in here that are Second Amendment supporters. We are right now, and this is really a test year in 2020. In 2019, Kentucky and Virginia have been the test cases for what we're going to see in 2020. So it's so important now more than anything that all strong men and women get together and support our constitutional right to the Second Amendment. We have the God-given right and we have the Second Amendment right in order to keep our firearms, and we will do whatever is necessary to keep it and preserve all of our constitutional rights that we have within not only Kenton County, but the rest of the Commonwealth as well. So I thank you for considering and approving this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Okay. Mr. Cole, Dave Cole? Yes, sir. Please come to the mic. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge and Commissioners. I just want to, by means of introduction, my name is Dave Cole. I've been a resident of Kenton County now for 25 years. I'm a former Army officer, former police officer, SWAT officer, NRA Life Endowment member, Second Amendment Foundation member, and NRA certified instructor in several disciplines. And just to lend a personal note to this, I actually have a personal friend that I've known for almost 40 years who finds himself through his involvement in his local government as a city councilman and vice mayor in Virginia in the struggle and the fight that they're in for their Second Amendment rights, which came about because of the complacency of the electorate, the voters in that Commonwealth, and low turnout in support of the Second Amendment in the last round of elections. Complacency caused that crisis. And I think we're very fortunate that complacency isn't the issue here, and I just want to reiterate what Representative Maddox said, that it's very important that we keep that energy up, because we've seen thousands and thousands of people show up at town council meetings, at county commission meetings in Virginia now fighting to keep their Second Amendment rights. And imagine what would have happened had that energy been brought before the last round of elections. So I think we're very fortunate we have a county commission considering this resolution, and I thank you in advance for your yes vote. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.